It was a dark and stormy night. I was bored on my mind and I wanted a new game to play. I was tired of playing Geek for 12 hours every day like I've done for the last few months and was short on cash. So, I made a post on Reddit and got a message from a mysterious stranger. He said that he had a game for cheap, $5 to be exact, and he said that he'd sell it to me in an alleyway near where I lived. I didn't know how he knew where I was, but I did not pay too much mind to it. I asked what the name of the game was, and he told me I'll learn when he gives it to me, and gave me a time, 3 in the morning, which was odd, but it was already 2, and I didn't care that much. I, John, had never read a creepypasta in my life. It was a miracle nobody had kidnapped me or something yet, considering I was the most gullible person alive. Once the time came, I walked out of my house and towards the dark alleyway. The moon was full and it was pouring rain, and when I turned the corner to the alley, I saw a tall, masked figure waiting there looking straight at me. I asked how he knew he was going to give me the game, and he just asked for my $5. Figuring he'd just give it to me somehow once I gave him the money, I handed over it and heard the sound of thunder as I was suddenly sent back to my house. I woke up a few minutes later, dazed and angry, thinking I was scammed out of my $5. I checked my computer and I saw a new file on it, Orchestra.exe. I clicked on it twice and saw a scene with a skeleton and a broken skull in a desolate-looking pit, which I soon learned was the quarry, and the words Hermanus Bosch's Brutal Orchestra. As I clicked the new game button, I barely noticed the dry blood that was on the wall next to it. As the intro cutscene played, I almost thought that for a split second there was a hyper-realistic blood coming out of the demon named Bosch's eyes. But it was just a trick in the light, right? I watched as Bosch made Noah go fight 2 red fish, mungas they're called, and I killed one of them using a takedown. Then suddenly the other one ran away, which I doubt was supposed to happen. I then saw Bosch turn to face me in real life and said, "John, why did you let the Hmong get away?" And then hyper-realistic blood came out of his eyes, but it reverted back to normal. How did he know my name? I was starting to think the game might have had something to do with it, but since I've never played Bird Orchestra before, I let it slide, thinking it might have been intended as a horror game or something. I was starting to get a weird feeling about it though. I saw a blue portal next to which appeared to have a red skeleton on the other side wearing a helmet and missing his jaw. I clicked on it, and instead of seeing the skeleton, it's showing me there was instead a pile of bones and a pool of hyper-realistic blood on the sand. I clicked on it, and suddenly reverted back to normal. And Boyle joined my party, seemingly without any change to what his usual dialogue would have been. I clicked on Bosch again, but the portal showed a dead Hmong. I went there, having no other option to go, and saw a pile of photorealistic dead Hmong with the word help written in the sand, with their blood, which was oddly dark red instead of the typical piss yellow. I was starting to genuinely think that the game was haunted. Unnerved, I continued to the next encounter, which appeared to be empty. It was almost. I saw a mass surrounded by blood in the sand, and when I looked up, Bosch appeared to be gone. The next portal was just a question mark, and then I went there, and I was met with a shop, which was empty, other than an item resembling a paper covered in blood, which was called "I'm in your walls." I bought it for 2 coins, despite the fact that I was very much creeped out by it. I clicked on to Noak, and he gained an additional ability which seemingly didn't have a name or icon. I went to the next portal, which was another question mark, and I saw a mudbug, which looked bruised and sad. When I fought it, its only abilities were sob and struggle. I moved Noak in front of it and used a new ability. The game suddenly got really dark, and I could barely see what was going on. Then suddenly passed out. I got up confused, and that that was the same far short that was in the game. That was in the same far short. Oh, whatever. I was now Noak. I was saying it for the mudbug. I used rough takedown on it, and it died. I thought I was going to get coins or something, but I got nothing. I walked further, and Bosch appeared in front of me. "You're not supposed to be here, John," he said, and I woke up. I was in my bed, and as I got up, I turned on the light. I saw blood pooling outside the door to my room. I opened it, and I see my entire family dead, all in a pile on the floor in the hallway. I was terrified. I pinched myself to see if I was dreaming, but I didn't wake up. This was real life. I saw that the blood trailed off into another room. The window in the next room was broken open, and there was a golden shard on the floor, among the shattered glass strewn about. I felt shivers go down my spine. This had to be because of Brutal Orchestra. The game was really haunted, or cursed, or something. I was terrified. I stared in horror for a bit, and then regained composure, realizing that I had to do something before it was too late. I went out the front door and ran to the side of the house, seeing the trail of blood lead off into the woods. I followed it for what felt like an eternity before seeing it end at the quarry. I felt an odd composure to climb down. It clearly seemed like whatever that was escaping this way. Whatever. As I climbed down, I suddenly felt myself slip, filled with terror as I fell down and hit the bateau, period. I passed out for God knows how long. I've been typing this on my shattered phone. I'm sure my entire spine is broken. I felt my life slipping away from my body. And I think someone is behind me. It's too late.